Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. Troops to the border, but not what you think. AOC and elder abuse. They finally got him. And a Tuckerless Fox News rating update. That's all coming up. And then Bill will be here with your message of the day. But first, the Biden administration will send 1,500 troops to the U.S. southern border ahead of an expected surge of illegal crossings next week. Why next week? That is the end of Title 42. What is Title 42? Quick refresher. Started in 1944. It says that if there is a communicable disease outside of America, then the U.S. Surgeon General has the ability to say that we will not allow people from that country to come into our country. Makes sense, right? So COVID is a communicable disease. So Trump said, okay, Title 42. No one's allowed to come in and get asylum because of COVID. So you got to stay in Mexico. Well, that is ending on May 11th. So there's going to be a huge rush. There already has been. So we need 1,500 troops at the border to help the 2,500 National Guardsmen who are already there. But don't think that these troops are going to be used to stop people from coming across the border. They're all data entry. Our troops are going to be like immigrant Uber, just clicking away at a keyboard to help people come in faster. Certainly we'll keep you updated on that. The new guard in Congress, no respect for the old guard. AOC calling for Dianne Feinstein to give it up already. She says Dianne Feinstein should retire. Her refusal to either retire or show up is causing great harm to the judiciary, precisely where reproduction rights are getting stripped. Worth noting, if Dianne does resign, then Gavin Newsom will appoint the senator, and there are rumors that he might appoint himself. That's happened 8 times before, where the governor nominates himself to be senator. And of those 8 times, 7 of them, that person lost the next election. Finally, they caught that illegal immigrant accused of murdering 5 of his neighbors in Texas. It happened on Friday, and they found him in a small town in Texas called Cut and Shoot. Population over just around 1,000 people, 17 miles from his house. He's a Mexican citizen. He's been deported 4 times from 2009 to 2016, and somehow has been living in America the last 7 years. A Tuckerless Fox News update on Monday across prime time. Fox News brought in 1.59 million viewers. MSNBC, 1.69 million. And MSNBC won the key demo. Do you think whoever takes over that 8 o'clock slot will get the ratings back? Or is Fox News done for good now? I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. The great Bill O'Reilly will be here with your message of the day next.
If you own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles and have an auto warranty about to expire or have no warranty at all, listen up. Car Shield has a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that's now available to the public. Save on out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. So please call Car Shield now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. 800-925-7584 for a free quote. This protection plan is at an all-time low in price. Drivers who activate the vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. So please call for your free quote, 800-925-7584, 800-925-7584. Hey, what do you have to lose? 800-925-7584. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Wednesday, former Biden Chief of Staff Ron Klain gave an interview to a leftist internet person in which he said Vice President Harris is doing a great job, and much of the criticism of her is racist and sexist. Instead of challenging that imbecilic statement, the podcast woman just nodded like a windblown puppet. There are 2 issues here. The first one is obvious. Kamala Harris has some of the lowest poll numbers we've seen in quite some time. So how could she be doing a great job? Wait, Klain explained that. The American public is racist and sexist. Now I understand. The next question is, does Ron Klain really believe the blather he is uttering? Impossible to know. But I can tell you that many political people on both sides often believe what they want to believe. And what they want to believe is anything that might help them or their party. Like most in the Biden White House, Klain had no interest in verifiable truth. He lived in Biden land for 2 years. The truth never came up. Al Gore once wrote a book called An Inconvenient Truth about the dangers of climate change. Then the former vice president hopped on a private jet flying around the country promoting the book. But compared to Kamala, Gore was Thomas Jefferson, who was VP to John Adams. It's also maddening. If Kamala Harris is doing a great job, I'm Michelangelo. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. All right, let's go to the mail. Jim Higgins in Indiana. Hey, Bill, you probably don't have time to answer this email, but I thought I'd try anyway. My wife and I are your average good and honest Americans who lean to the right. We're starting to believe that Republicans will never again win an election. Cheating billionaires, supporting left-wing agendas, millions of illegal immigrants that will be granted voting cards, and on and on and on. What do you think the Republican chances are in 2024? 50-50. Number one, illegal aliens, migrants, right? They're not going to be able to vote. Okay? That's not going to happen. Got to be an American citizen to cast a ballot, and that, if it's violated, is a crime. And that's not changing. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, you're right about the billionaires, Soros, Zuckerberg, all of these people have corrupted the political system. No doubt about it. They hide behind the First Amendment. But the Republicans can overcome that by better policies. And now we have a diminished Democrat president. So I put the odds at 50-50. Gloria Pemberton, Newbury Park, California. After attending church, it is important to me that you mention when you attend Mass every Sunday, you never hear any kind of linkage with the gospel or epistle to modern day. I'm experiencing the same thing at my church, which is Lutheran, and it's frustrating. Beyond frustrating to me. I mean, I'm sitting there going, can you please help the parishioners live their lives in a effective way according to the teachings of Jesus, by linking it into what we are experiencing? Most priests will not do it, simply won't. And it's a shame. In a moment, something you might not know. Most of us love the clean, fresh smell in the air after it rains. If you have odors in your home and you're struggling to eliminate them, let me tell you about Eden Pure. I put their Thunderstorm in my house, and quickly the odors disappeared, giving my home that fresh, clean air smell. Eden Pure has taken the naturally made O3 molecule technology and created the Thunderstorm air purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm generates O3 molecules that seek and destroy odors, air pollutants, and mold in your home. It doesn't mask the odors and the mold and the stuff, it eliminates them. With the powerful Thunderstorm, you will never breathe dirty air again, and the best part is there are no filters to buy. It doesn't take up floor space and plugs directly into your wall. Right now, you can save $200 on Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code BILL to save the $200. That's 3 Thunderstorm purifiers for under $200, and better yet, shipping is free. Please don't wait. Go to EdenPureDeals.com, discount code BILL. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 86 years ago today, author Margaret Mitchell won the Pulitzer Prize for Literature after publishing the most successful novel in history. The story featured Scarlett O'Hara and her life during the American Civil War. Here is the story of Gone with the Wind. In 1926, Ms. Mitchell quit her job as a reporter at the Atlanta Journal to recover from a broken ankle. While recuperating, she used a second-hand typewriter to create the novel. Released in June 1936, Gone with the Wind caused a sensation in Georgia and sold millions of copies all over the United States. On May 3rd, 1937, Ms. Mitchell won the Pulitzer Prize. She then sold the film rights to MGM for a modest fee of $50,000. Gone with the Wind is regarded as one of the finest films ever made. Adjusted for inflation, it remains the biggest box office earner in history, generating $3.4 billion in global ticket sales. The movie won 8 Oscars that year, including Best Picture, Best Actress, Supporting Actress, and Screenplay. The film ranks in the top 5 greatest movies of all time, alongside The Godfather, Citizen Kane, and Casablanca. Despite all those accolades, Gone with the Wind is not very popular these days in certain circles. Cancel culture has come for Scarlett and her crew. HBO banished Gone with the Wind back in 2020 because it allegedly glorifies slavery, promotes racism, and whitewashed the history of the Civil War, according to HBO. Activists on Twitter now urging the Smithsonian to remove Gone with the Wind artifacts from the Museum of American History. And here's something else you might not know. The Gone with the Wind movie was a historical moment for a black actress. Hattie McDaniel played Mammy, and she was the first African-American actress to ever win an Academy Award. Back after this.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention veterans, active duty military, civilians, and contractors. If you were issued earplugs between 1999 and 2015 and were diagnosed with hearing loss or ringing in the ears, you may be entitled to compensation. The manufacturer of these military earplugs recently paid $9.1 million to resolve claims that their earplugs were defective, potentially exposing service members to damaging sound levels that could have resulted in hearing loss or tinnitus. If you or a loved one were issued earplugs and were diagnosed with tinnitus or hearing loss, don't wait. You fought for this country, and our attorneys want to fight for you. Call 800-687-1936 now for a free legal consultation and to see if you may be eligible to file a claim. Time restrictions may apply, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. So call 800-687-1936 now. Again, 800-687-1936. That's 800-687-1936.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.